Check sound.
Perfect.
Bring up Skype.
Excellent.
Strife wants to go into snow. Look at her by the door.
We
She's
have-
so cute. Hey, Joshua.
You're recording sound? No. Yes?
Yes.
Turn around. You're recording sound. It's recording?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Everything's good.
All right.
Thank you for checking
I'm
on
just
me.
double checking.
It's always good when I've got
Yes, sir.
you guys bringing up, making sure that this blonde hair doesn't affect my performance.
I want this to be the best show because we're the best people and this is the best hobby. And that's all I want.
Stripe, give us a countdown and let's start this tonight.
Meow.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
The What's Neat This Week video podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you. And by GL Robotics. With over 61 colors of 3D printing filaments in stock, your gateway to new technology. Check out their website at glroboticsusa.com. And by ABR Model Works. ABR Model Works designs and makes model railway building kits and scenic accessories for HO scale, with an emphasis on ease to build and highly detailed, realistic-looking scenes, and are available at Spring Creek Model Trains. Check out their website at abrmodelworks.com. Additional support is provided by Spring Creek Model Trains, your destination for model trains. Stop in and say, wow. Check out their website at springcreekmodeltrains.com. And by Intermountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Further support is provided by Microengineering, keeping you on track with quality products for 55 years. Check out their website at www.microengineering.com. Order from your local dealer or order direct by calling 1-800-462-6975. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast.
This is the What's Neat This Week, show number 215 for November 12th, 2022. I'm your host, Ken Patterson, the host of that What's Neat show at Model Road Hobbyist Magazine, and I say that every week. It's my easiest lines. And yes, last night I put December's video to bed. All I got to do is the opening monologue for that, and I will have that to you, Joe Fugate, by the 15th as promised.
And look, today's the 12th, as you just said, and that means 3 days until November's comes out.
I know, right?
I know.
Dan Scheidel produced some of the most amazing drone footage video of any video we've ever run. I actually let the December video with him go for 10 minutes. Usually we only do about 4 because I don't want you guys clicking and fast forwarding through the video. But this material is so good that I promise you that's not going to happen. Our favorite Jennifer Kirk out from the UK supplies us with video from 5-inch gauge and 7.5-inch gauge right on trains that are all of that of the UK's prototypes. It's rather amazing, and I know I can't wait to show that to you, Josh.
I can't wait to see it.
Also in that video, we've got some amazing models from KR Models. Keith, thank you very much, Keith Revel, for that. And there's a lot of other amazing segments, including a segment from Dan Mischio that came to town here, and we shot a segment about their brand new DCC system from TCS, which is interesting in that at the What's Neat show, we like to cover all of the brands of DCC, just not picking favorites, not actually accepting one is better than the other, but a simple presentation of what it is they do and what they have to offer. Also in that video, Bachmann Industries shares with us their brand new Easy Command DCC system.
Yeah, I remember those.
Which is a step up and above the gray box that you're used to. All the switches are about the same, but they have different effects. It improves it where they've actually got they've got the full 28 functions on their DCC system. So look forward to all of that coming up in the December What's Neat video at Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine. Thank you, Joe Fugate, for letting me work with you since 2012. It's how I got my feet wet with regards to video production, because prior to that, I've done over 450 articles in the model press, and I'm not bragging, I'm just giving statistics. In that 175 cover photos, what I learned was you could say so much more with a video camera in just a few minutes than what you can say with an 8 photograph, 5 or 6 or 7 page article in the pages of the mainstream model press that we have. Now, tonight, sitting around the table, I've got our favorite Mike Buddy sitting over here where he always sits.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mike, thank you for showing up.
You're welcome.
I've also got my favorite Sugarfire, Joshua Barton,
What's up, everybody?
who's opening up his new restaurant on the 12th of December. And out in
crossed.
Skype land tonight, all the way from beautiful Australia, that country that's so famous for so many different things, 2 of which I remember, kangaroos and gold mining. But they've got that amazing opera house, too, that you see there.
yeah.
We've got Chris Percival.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Did I get that right, Chris?
You certainly did.
Welcome to
Hi,
our
guys.
show, Chris.
Thank you.
As I run the name underneath you of who you are. And you've got a lot of product on the table that we're going to talk about, because you are one of these individuals that decided to take your passion for the hobby and turn it into a business to provide us modelers with what it is that we want.
Yep, that sums it up nicely. It's when you start a business as you have, Ken, that shows true passion, because there's so much in the background of running a business that most people don't understand. You have to be either totally stupid or very passionate to do it.
That's very true on both aspects.
Absolutely. All right, so overnight, I'm looking at show notes here. I'm going to run the videotape of the beautiful hanging baskets with my geraniums that Holly planted. They're so pretty on the back porch. It creates that ambiance with the fountain out back. It's a wonderful place to sit, look at the river, and just relax. As I show you this footage of snowflakes flying, the news media reported that we would get snowflakes. What they didn't report is the next clip I'm going to show you, which was at 5 a.m. this morning when I left the basement to go to bed. And we already had 3.5 to 4 inches of snow out there. And then as I woke up during the day, I heard DeSoto had 6 or 7 inches of snow, and we had quite a bit as well. The river is up, as 2 shows ago reported that the Mississippi River was drying up. Well, thanks to all the rainfall we've had in the last 2 weeks, that problem's been alleviated. Barge traffic is back up to normal. And, just things are just kind of working out.
Yeah.
But it was really nice to be able to show you these video clips of our very first snowfall. I know we do that every year on the show. Also, this weekend is a very big show that we did back in 2018 or 19, where Mercury Communications invited us to come up to Train Fest and shoot a show up there, interviewing all of the manufacturers and their new products. Well, this year, Train Fest is back, and it's roaring in like a lion. I talked to Denny Yelsma this afternoon on the phone, and he went through all the What's Neat hats up there in the first 15 minutes of the show being open. I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Great
awesome.
crowd, a lot of wonderful things going on at Train Fest. I think we've got this footage, this video. This is a still picture
Yeah.
of Woody that created the What's Neat this week metal.
The
Yeah,
logo,
logo.
yeah.
The logo on the
panel.
front of the
and,
table.
And one for Mike, and
Right.
he made me one, and the handles are the holders for all
Yes.
of our stuff.
for our NCE system, which we didn't talk about on last week's show because when you talked about your closing on the show, you threw me off. And I didn't
I'm
say,
sorry.
let's take
I'm
the
sorry
what's
if
neat,
I
reds, or
threw
trades.
anybody off.
Look, all the readers' comments were very appreciative.
Thank you very much,
There's a
everyone.
lot of love in the room for you, Joshua, as
Thank
we
you.
all love you just
and,
as well.
And it's returned to all you people as well. Thank
But
you.
I'm so glad to see that TrainFest is doing very well. A lot of people up there, and it also goes on by the time this show comes out. I'll report that it was Sunday, and we'll try to come up with some final numbers as to what their attendance was for next week's show. Now, I've got a lot of models to share with you on the What's Neat show next week from Spring Creek Model Trains. As you well know, they create a lot of exclusive models for our hobby, those from Bowser and some from Rapido. But because of the snow today, I actually didn't get out and shoot them, and I'm not going to share those models until next week on the show when we show off also some really new exciting products from Intermountain. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that they've got a show schedule coming up. Now, this is where Dave and Deb and Mike, all the boys, the entire family, Jeff, they all work together to work train shows around the country. And the upcoming dates that they wanted me to mention is the first show in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is Rails Along the Rio Grande. And this show is going to be November 19th and the 20th of 2022. The next show that I want to talk about that Spring Creek will be at is the Great Train Show in Overland Park, Kansas, at their convention center. And this is going to be December 3rd and 4th. And the last show that they wanted me to bring up was the fact that the Model Railroad Exposition Show at the Boulder County Fairgrounds in the Exposition Building will be in Longmont, Colorado, December 9th, 10th, and 11th. So that's a full... Here they are again, traveling around the country
right.
to share their wares.
And
These
if you
folks
want to
work.
order stuff now for some of these events, they might be able to meet you there at the facility and bring your products to you. So get a hold of them via the website or via the phone.
Save you on shipping. Also, don't forget that they've got their train show that they do every 2 years. Biannual show. And this one is July 8th and 9th of 2023. It's going to be out there at the Fair County Event Center in Deshler, Nebraska. And this is going to be Saturday from 9 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Extended store weekend hours for the folks that want to explore this amazing hobby shop that's got more product than what I have in my basement, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Just throw that out there. All right, without further ado, let's go out to Chris in Australia. Chris, we've got a lot of amazing models on the table. And my show notes, I had to read about your company. But basically what I remember from memory was the fact that you've created this company out of a need for the model railroaders, whereas you are selling 3D printed detail parts. And you're also selling buildings that are a modular design where you can take the various shaped parts that you make and make an array of different warehouse, different types of infrastructure for your layout using all these preconceived parts that you came up with. Plus on your website, there's a lot of papers that you can download and print out, whereas you can actually build the model with paper first and understand what parts you need to build the final product. Am I conceptualizing that correctly?
Absolutely. In fact, just to illustrate it, that you've got it absolutely right, the little building, cardboard building on the side there, Joshua.
Yes.
If you have a look at that, what we've done to make the whole process really easy for the novice modeler is we've made a PDF, a set of PDFs that allow you to print and glue together whatever shape of building that you want. And then when you've done it, as you can see, Joshua, the part numbers for all the parts are actually on the drawing.
Yes,
so that you just simply work your way around the building, write down all the part numbers, and you've got exactly what you need without having to stretch the grey matter too much.
Wow, that's very cool. And I like the idea of conceptualizing visually first.
Right?
You know? If I want a door here and then I put it on and I don't want the door there anymore, if it's a plastic model or a wood model
Yeah, be made
that's
sure.
already made up.
Right.
But if it's still cardboard, well, I don't need to have that there. I can decide to do something else. That's great.
Now, don't forget, Joshua, you always told me that we taste our buildings first before we build them, being in the restaurant business.
Technically, that's food, but yes, we taste our buildings first before we.
You've got this 2-stall maintenance shed engine house from ABR Model Works. The packaging, first of all, I want to say to you, Chris, is amazing.
It's top notch.
Even for the smaller parts, you've created and cut your own boxes with your branding all over.
Yep.
The packaging, when it comes to point of sale, you've nailed it. Now, I've told you in the past that sometimes I think you really think things through, and this shows that you simply do that.
And the fact, did you see the QR codes on the back of everything?
I was already looking at
that.
that.
That has
Pretty
product
slick.
info, so you can just take a picture with your phone and boom, all the information is right there. Look, see?
I've never done that before.
Product info, it's really cool. All you do is go to your phone right here. And this is for everyone at home. You go to your camera.
Yes.
And then you take a picture of that. See, it's going to see it.
Oh, show me.
And then, boom, open in Chrome. And there's abrmodelworks.com. You're already there. So you don't even have to type anything in.
This guy's really smart.
Yeah, he's way smarter than us.
Michael's Freight Depot. That's another great looking structure. There's a lot of kits. What website is it that we can go to see all this?
abrmodelworks.com.
Okay, good. Let's let him talk now because I want to hear him. I want to hear. He's been amazing on the phone with me.
Okay.
He's holding up a.
Right.
Well, this is a 6-story building. And the story behind this is that in Sydney, Australia, and I'm in Perth, so the other side of the country, one of our customers wanted a sort of a factory come warehouse, a little bit like, and Ken and I spoke about this the other day. I was in New York a number of years ago, and is it what's the photography shop, Ken? B&R?
B&H Photos, what you told me about.
B&H Photos, that's right.
It's a powerhouse.
Next to their shop, they've got this multi-story apartment building they've converted to a warehouse. And so this could be that. Now, when we were talking a moment ago about changing things, Joshua, the customer here did this multiple times. So there's actually pieces of panel cut and glued on top of panels to give the different look that he finally came up with. So that made it really easy for me and him to visualize what he was looking for. Even though I've got the kit here, I was able to talk to him about it and show him what he was looking for. So that was a really easy way to visualize, conceptualize, and put together a custom kit.
I love the recession in the middle of the front of the building with the fence or the balcony. The balcony on it.
Well, the balcony was in fact a special build for him. We have. Let me just grab one. I don't know whether you can see this or not really well.
Oh, nice.
Let me just sort of
find. Yeah, there you go. Pull it back towards you just a bit.
Now, the fire escapes that we've made are all 3D printed.
Wow.
And the little balustrades, those very fine detail, they're less than 0.5 mil in diameter.
Wow.
So it's quite difficult to print, but I've worked out how to go about doing it, obviously. So we design parts for different buildings as we go. So every time we start thinking about building a new kit, we think about what do we need to put into that kit to make it work.
Right.
Michael's Freight Depot has around 100 3D printed parts in that kit. So it's exceptionally good value from that point of view. If you have a look at the photos on there, there's even things like a little compressor as a freight item.
Right.
The compressor, I think, is in the little parts in front of you there.
The parts bin.
So that's basically what we do. Our philosophy is to try to build products for I guess the more novice or inexperienced end of the marketplace, where they would love to have something highly detailed that's easy to put together.
Right.
Sure.
And so the modules themselves are all dovetailed. They all sort of slot together when you put it to make up a wall.
Nice.
Once you've got your walls made, you then assemble those into the actual structure itself, and you paint and detail it to whatever taste you're looking for the particular scene. So our whole thing is around complementing your model railway with products that will help tell the story about what's going on, and make your railway more interesting to the viewer.
Nice.
In that sense.
And your detail packs, I have in my hand the workshop details pack and the shops detail pack. And I know, Mike, you were talking about this car and truck tire pack on the racks.
Tire racks, yeah.
And boy, these are very, very detailed. I mean, look at the ridges and the tires right there. You know, it's very, very nicely done and very sturdily packaged.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's very cool.
You.
And I just love the QR codes on the back.
That's amazing.
You know, that way I can look at all the different products. I can see what else he has. Yes, very, very cool.
I'll be honest and tell you that a local hobby shop in Perth that stocks our products made that suggestion to us. And so what he was telling me was that some of his customers on some of the products that he has QR codes. And when people are in the shop and they want to find out more about the product, they can use the QR code on their phone, like you just did, look it up, read more about the product, and decide whether it's what they want.
Right. Very, very cool.
Do we need a QR code, guys?
No.
Wait, we don't have one yet?
How do you even get one? How do you get a QR code?
You go to the, I don't know. I'm not savvy like that. I want to talk about one more thing, the Modeler's paintbrush rack.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. The tool rack thingy.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Because, mine get all nasty, and I end up having to throw them away, and I spend...
We don't have a cameraman, but check this out.
Yeah, it's really neat.
This is all laser cut, and this is wood, right? This is laser cut wood.
Yeah, it's balsa wood, I
there's a
believe.
picture of the way it's built.
Yeah, and it's see, look at that. Isn't that neat?
Modeler's paint rack, a 3-pack.
Oh, look, he's
so
got
there's
one right
3
there.
of them in here. Okay, that's a good
Oh,
idea.
there you go.
Organization.
So how that came about was that when we were building Michael's freight depot, and this is how it gives you some insight into how crazy my mind is, right? I'm working away on that. I've got all these 3D parts laid out on the bench. I need to paint them. So I thought, okay, how can I set up a little production line? So I made up a bunch of these, glued the 3D parts to the skewer so I could rotate them as I was painting them. And then I just simply go through the process of undercoating and then putting the various colors on, etc. And it made the job so much easier. So yeah, it's a really simple little tool, but we're slowly making other tools and bits and pieces. In fact, Mike, in that little tub that's on the table, I mentioned a while ago, there's a couple of little brackets, and those little square brackets are designed if you get the 2 pieces of card, Joshua, that's on the front there, those panels.
Okay.
Yep. Those little brackets are designed to clip the card together. So when you're designing a building, you can make a whole range of pre-made panels.
Look, I pop it in right here.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And I pop it in right here.
You just built a corner of the building.
I just built a corner of a building. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Bam!
Exactly. And not only does it help you in your visualization process, but it helps assembling it.
How cool is
Right.
that?
Yeah, that's super
Right.
cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Good job, Chris.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very ingenious.
Now, something that's very important to say, being as that you're in Australia, a lot of folks in various countries outside of yours, they're a little bit skeptical or not actually wanting to participate in international shipping. But you've created an arrangement with our wonderful family down there at Spring Creek in Deshler, Nebraska, whereas a lot of these products are available now at their store, and they can ship them out here in the continental United States. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So Spring Creek are going through a process right now where they're doing a lot of work on their website. And as you've mentioned multiple times, Ken, they have a huge array of product.
Yes.
And of course, we've come at the end of all of that. So we're a little way down the way of being able to get all of our products on their website. So what we've done with them is we've shipped pretty much everything we have to them, and we're going to handle the sales through our website. So when you place an order with us, you're actually placing the order with Spring Creek.
Okay.
And so Spring Creek will handle the shipping of it. Two things will happen as a result of that. First of all, the timing will be faster because the product is already in the US. And the second thing is it's going to be cheaper for you because you're only paying the US part of the freight.
Right.
We've paid for all the product to get to the US in the first place.
That's amazing.
Now, there are a few products that won't apply to, and part of those are with our 3D printed parts, we have a lot more than we have in packages at this point in time, and in fact, more than what we've got on the website, which we'll fix up over the next month or so. But currently, there's about 120 different 3D parts you can individually order, and the more of an individual part you buy, the cheaper it becomes. So we put these little custom packs together, and they come in the same types of boxes that you've got there. But then we've got these additional parts, and so the problem for someone like Spring Creek is stocking this huge array of individual items. So what we're going to do there is on a weekly, fortnightly-ish basis, we will ship product to the US and we'll ship custom orders. So if you're making a custom order for a building, or you're making a custom order for a bunch of 3D parts, we'll still ship them to the US. Now, that'll take a little bit of time for it to get there, but it'll save you, the modeler, a considerable amount of cost.
Right.
If you want to get it faster, you can still pay the extra on the freight and get it faster. And we already ship to the US. We've got probably, not a huge number, but 20 or 30 or so customers over there that buy from time to time, both our kits and the 3D parts. In fact, the very first sales we made were 3D parts.
Very cool. You know what I just did?
What'd you just do?
I just ordered Doug's Repair Shop and Slim's Warehouse through Spring Creek Models. I'm super excited.
While you're sitting here on the show, you just
it's
placed an order with him sitting over here in Australia?
It's already done.
Dude, this is so Star Trek.
Oh, wow.
Beam me to Australia, man.
Yeah, these are some very cool products, and I love all the little nuances with doing what you can and fitting them in.
So our viewers could do the same thing before the show's over with. They could go to the website and buy something before we're done recording.
As savvy as I am.
Oh my God. Is it legal to have this much fun?
I think it is.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about something.
Okay.
I sent you a picture that you're going to put right up of our new smokers at the Arnold store.
A smoker.
Ooh, 2 smokers.
Tell me they're built in a 20-foot container.
They're not. They're not in a container. We had to do that at the downtown store
That
for
was
security
cool. That was
reasons.
modelable.
But yeah, we just have a giant fence, and we got a couple turrets and some chain link and some guards with guns that'll be out there. So, but what we're doing, if you go to your Facebook page and go to Sugarfire 55, which is what we're calling ourselves because we're right behind. 55 is right behind us. We're giving away a $50 gift certificate if you name our 2 new smokers.
Nice.
So just real quick, I have a few that I picked out that I really like, and you need to submit yours on the website, and then we're going to give away the gift card, and we'll name them. So the downtown ones were called Benny and Jet. Benny and the Jet.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, and then the O'Fallon store is Cheech and Chong. I thought that was very cool. So here's some of the top runners. We have Hulk Smogan and Ric Flair Up from wrestling, Shaggy and Scooby, Mario and Luigi, Pinky and the Brain, Smokey and the Bandit, Harold and Kumar go to Sugarfire, Bill and Ted, Snoop and Martha, Hall & Oates and Puff and Daddy.
Now, you realize the relevance of this, and that's because all of our guests that come here to the studio to watch us record a show and or appear on this show, we're taking y'all down to Sugarfire.
Yeah, we sure are.
Because we love Joshua, and we just we've done this for years and years at the downtown store while you were there.
Yeah.
We had so many people that came to visit us from out of town, and in fact, we've run the photographs of them shaking hands with
I
you.
can throw you about 10 of them right now that you can throw on there.
I know, right? All right, Mike, buddy, you've got some amazing boxcars on the table. You always keep us just totally entertained by your weekly efforts. What do you got tonight?
Well, they're not that amazing, but it's a project that I finished after starting it about 7 or 8 years ago. But it was inspired by the photograph inside of one of the Morning Sun books, Penn Central Color Guide. Inside the back cover, there was a photo of 2 boxcars there, one painted in Penn Central and one in Conrail. It was done right, in 1976, right around the time that the change occurred. And I thought the contrast was interesting in the photo, and I had some spare AccuRail 50-foot boxcars, so I shortened the ladders on the ends without the brake wheel, and that's really all I did, I think, and then weathered them and painted and decaled them. So I always thought it was a pretty neat period. That's pretty much what I like to model, like around 1978, with all the Conrail paint outs with paint rollers, masking things out.
The color. The color's just amazing.
I always did like that color too, and it weathers in some really cool ways too. You can play with that. So
very, very cool.
Anyway, that's it for this week.
I know, Mike. Thank you for showing up with all the snow out there tonight. I didn't know who was going to come tonight.
Man,
was thinking it was just going to be me and Chris. You didn't get no snow at your house?
We had nothing. We didn't even have any
he
flakes.
had no
He only
snow.
lives 15 minutes away.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It was like all south of 270.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott Air Force Base got 6 inches. DeSoto got 6
This sure was
inches.
beautiful to wake up to.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
I know, right? Landon wanted to make a
I think we don't
snowman.
get here, obviously.
Well, you're coming into summer now where you are, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful this time of the year.
Wow.
But we have to travel all the way to the East Coast if we want to see snow.
Wow.
Well, that doesn't sound like it's worth the trip.
We
to
don't
me.
get any in WA at all. But anyway.
Wow.
All right, Chris, we're coming up on 29 minutes on this show. I think you should give us your website again to place orders with you. And if folks have got questions, I understand you also have a rather elaborate YouTube channel in which you've made YouTube videos showing how to build a lot of these beautiful buildings. I hope there's one on this engine house, because this at this point is something that I can see knocking out my narrow gauge facility over there and replacing it with this.
Well, that particular kit has been very popular on our YouTube channel. We've had a lot of interest with that, which has been good. I mean, our YouTube channel has very small numbers in terms of viewers at this point in time, because obviously we're relatively new. The business has been going a couple of years, and we've had lots of stumbles along the way because of COVID and other things. But, that's part of the challenge, part of why you get up in the morning to beat the odds, so to speak.
Amen.
I'm one of those idiots that, when he stumbles, he just grabs the bat and goes back and has another swing at the ball.
Yeah, that's all you can do, man.
So,
Just keep getting up.
Without doing that, you get nowhere. So can I just add a couple of other little bits and pieces? So yes, please, guys, subscribe to the channel. That's where we talk about all the new bits and pieces. And we do support now, obviously, Ken's show. And we, a guy by the name of Bart in Dubai Model Trains, he's also building our products. So he has a nice little YouTube channel, which is worth watching. And Will James in Australia, Will James Railways, his channel. So we support now the three of you guys.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Each of those channels have a discount code. Ken, yours is uppercase WNTW10.
WNTW10. Nice. So there's a discount code for us. And what does the purchaser get by doing that?
Well, normally they get 10% discount.
Okay.
Very
Now,
nice.
we're having a run up until Christmas. We've invested a lot in extra product, etc., which we do need to move, but at the same time, we want to help the Spring Creek guys get some sales through as well. And so we're going to double that between now and the end of December. So,
Excellent.
Joshua, mate, I'm sorry, you placed your order 30 seconds too fast.
But that means you guys can all save.
It's okay. I'll give you something free in the basement, Josh. Just pick something.
The other thing, Joshua, just really quickly, why don't we make a sugar? Sorry, the name of the business is Sugarfire. Sugarfire, right? Okay. I think there needs to be a Sugarfire restaurant in the range.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think there's a few of those in progress, so I think that's a great idea.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that at some point.
All
Maybe
right.
We'll come up with a kit for you.
All right. I like that.
So just to reiterate over the shipping arrangements, Spring Creek are a great bunch of guys.
Yes.
They've got the product there. The product's available for in-store purchasing. It's in shipment right now. It'll be with them towards the end of this week, early the following week, so about 7 to 10 days' time. By all means, use the discount code. Take advantage of that now. And we're very responsive in terms of trying to come up with new products. So if any of your viewers are looking for things that are going to be useful to other modelers, we're happy to build them and put them in the range.
I love that.
Start talking to us about stuff like that. And that's basically it. I have been waiting to be on this show for the last 2 years since the whole project started. It's an absolute pleasure and honor, Ken, to be part of what you're doing. I know you have a very large following in the US and an international following, but I guess we're now the furthest away for you.
Yay!
All right.
Isn't that awesome?
Always something good to be the first in some particular way.
Absolutely.
I know there's a whole bunch of other bits and pieces that I wanted to talk about, but we can cover that in other shows.
Perfect.
Very cool.
I'm hoping that this is going to be a permanent, long-term relationship.
Yeah, I think it will
And Mike,
be.
if you need any help, I know you're starting to mess about with your 3D printing. I've been playing with it now for the last couple of years and had lots of failures. And I think Edison made something like 1,000 light bulbs before he got one to work. I understand his pain.
Yeah,
That's
sure you
awesome.
That's a perfect segue into Greg Summerland at GNLRoboticsUSA.com. This is coming up on Christmas, and this is the time to go to his website, GNLRoboticsUSA.com, and pick out either a filament or a resin printer for that favorite model railroader in your life, or in your case, for yourself, Mike. Smaller machine, larger machine, all of that is available depending upon the size of the files that you feel like you're going to print. I already know you're going to be probably doing stuff for your large scale autoracks and or your HO scale modeling.
I don't know.
You've got to call Greg Summerland.
That's right.
Talk
All
to
right.
him. He's got hundreds of different types of filament if you pick a filament printer, and various different resins for the resin printers. James Regier has been a fan of his. That's where we got the wash station that actually washes the final
said
print.
wash.
I
Yeah.
didn't say wash. Wash station. And also the Photon X printer that I believe that is what James has.
And the best thing about it is if you get hung up on anything, all you got to do is call.
Right.
And he's going to sit there with you and he's going to walk you through everything.
will.
And that's the best thing about it.
That's what I love about
Yeah,
Greg.
look, I agree with you there. My number one piece of advice for 3D printing is deal with a local supplier.
Absolutely.
It's very difficult. It's tempting to buy through the Chinese brands and through their website, but in terms of language and all sorts of other issues, it's hard to solve problems.
Absolutely.
Go local, support your local guys, and they can at least back you up, which you need.
I appreciate it,
Very
Chris. Thank
cool.
you very much. So with that said, Mikey, we are going to run some trains. I wish you were here, Chris, where you could run some trains with us. I'm going to give Mike the smaller radio-controlled NCE throttle, and Joshua is going to get the Pro cab.
I'm building this Michael's
Well, then I'm running a
Pro.
train with Mike tonight.
yeah, I'm gonna build some stuff.
I'm using the Pro Crab tonight because I love it, and plus through JMRI through the NCE system. You can
Yeah.
also use your cell phone, which is what Chris is holding up here,
Absolutely.
to run your trains. But with the hammerhead like this, it's all digitally, it's all self-explanatory. Another gift idea for your favorite model railroader
Yeah,
out there.
I love the USB interface to put you in with JMRI.
I'm telling you what, Jim
NCE.
Scores has thought this through. That's why this system works as good as it
Sure
does.
does.
Gentlemen, have we covered everything tonight around the table?
I think so.
Sorry, just one last thing, just very quickly before you just wrap up. I would love to drive your trains through my phone sitting in Perth.
You can do that.
All right, let's
Through
look that up.
JMRI,
Yeah.
he can do that.
Yeah.
He can actually run a train on our layout.
We ought to try that.
It's so
sometime.
cool. It's really cool.
I'm happy to be the guinea pig.
It is
Very
so cool.
cool.
Right.
Anyway, wrap the show up. Thanks for having us. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Okay,
Chris.
thank you.
Best hobby in the world
ya.
with some of the best people in it. Be sure to hit that bell. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also check out the Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine's YouTube channel where you can watch the What's Neat show that's been filmed since 2012. That's a show where we get our hands dirty. We build stuff. There's a lot of great material in there. Some of them of which I'm going to start to run on the weekends. We don't do shows, starting with the April show that I remember. I think it was April 17th or something to the effect. No, 2017 April. That's one of my favorite shows. Guys, thank you very much for watching. A simple show put on by simple model roaders, just us for you. And with that said, let's go run some trains.
Bye, everybody. What a good show. That's a great, see, it's always a great show. All right, let's hold something up. I'm really excited about this Michael's Freight Depot.
I know, right? It's a good looking kit.
It is.
And I love the packaging.
I know.
For those model railroaders that stick models in their closets. This is beautiful.
For real.
I'm going to hold up the engine two-stall maintenance shed because I like it a lot.
need to build
All right, we're all going to wave at the camera. In your case, Chris, you got to wave at the camera or smile, show some teeth all at the
There
same
you go.
time
Very nice.
so we can get a nice thumbnail for the show as I roll credits.
All
Ready,
right.
set, go.
Bye, guys.
Excellent.
Okay, we've got that.
All right.
I'll let camera one roll as we roll credits.
Sounds good. Go ahead
Oh,
and
I'm
turn
going to
off
check
sound.
sound and screen capture to make sure we got two good files. Please
So,
give me a
Joshua,
good file. I love
If
it.
you're keen,
We have a good file.
so
Thanks.
Joshua can't hear me now, can he?
I'm glad you had good sound tonight. Thank you, Chris. You did a really good job this evening. I'll bring your picture back up on the screen so the boys down here can see you.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris. It was nice meeting you. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, Mike, look, I've been a fan of your modelling for a while through Ken's show, so
Thank you.
you know, maybe we can talk about things, and I'm happy to make some stuff for you. If that helps.
Yeah.
And it- help in any way I can over the 3D printing side of things. There's